This video is sponsored by cappies.com, where you guys can create and design your own custom snapbacks and hats. It's super simple. Just follow the link in the description and use the code BLAZENDARY at checkout. Yo, you guys, what is going on? It's Blazendary Kicks here, and today in this video, I'm going to be teaching you the sneaker photography lessons and methods that, I guess I use. Obviously, you're going to have to find some stuff out on your own. Of course, I'm going to be teaching you some things. Like, the most question I get asked all the time:
what camera do you use?
I must say, I must respond to it at least like twice a day, like on whatever picture it is. But then the pictures, they get so many comments like, what camera do you use? What camera do you use? My number one most asked question. I gotta make a video on this. I have to. The question needs to be answered. I've already explained it so many times enough that I just have to make a whole video. So, I gotta spit out my gum. I'm sorry, guys. So, if you guys don't like these types of videos, hey, you guys wouldn't have saw that I missed. You guys definitely are not all sneaker photographers, obviously. So if you don't want to watch this video, feel free to click off. Just drop that like. Just support the channel either way. Just drop the like. But even if you want to watch my videos because you're always entertained by them, thank you. You guys are the real MVPs and the people that actually want to gain the information of this video. And if you're new, make sure you hit subscribe. I upload a lot. So yeah, it's all sneaker related stuff. We're just gonna get into the basics right now. What camera do you use? Well, for me, I use the Canon T5i. This is, I upgraded from a T3i when I was first starting out YouTube. It doesn't take video, but it takes great pictures and manual and autofocus as well. The main features I use on this camera are video, manual. I'm not really into the whole landscape or sport mode. I just take what I gotta take and that's it. Now, obviously the Canon body or a body is not the only thing you need to take pictures. You obviously need a bunch of other accessories and stuff like that to take pictures. For example, this, if you're going on, and you're gonna see a lot of these, and this is called a body. This is just straight up the camera body. What you need, you're gonna need lens. These are the lenses I use. There's 3 lenses right here, and I'm gonna go over each one individually and what they all do. First lens right here, I'm actually filming on my GoPro right now. This first lens is my 24mm. I use this for city shots, and I use it for video. I use it for video because it's kind of got a wide view. Not the widest, but it still provides a nice view of the room and in clear picture. All you gotta do is just pop that. And this was about 135 bucks, the lens, and I'm gonna go over the feature. Pretty much, if you're gonna take sneaker photography and you want a lens that can do, good stuff, you wanna make sure you get the lowest amount of F. Now, F is, I don't know the exact name, I think it's called APRETURE. You want to make sure you can get it like 1.8, 2.8. Talk about the 1.8 in a second. This is a 2.8 aperture. Pretty much, if you're pointing at a picture, right, and if you're pointing something like right here, and say this is the sneaker, you're going to have the background bokeh, which are the little balls, the little blurs you get like from the circles that come from the light. So if you were looking to do that, you're going to want to use the lens I'm talking about over there. Otherwise, if you want to take city shots, stuff like that, it's also a great lens, of course, for video. I use it mainly for sneaker pictures. I use this for maybe my full body shots. Mostly use it for full body. If I'm going to go sneakers, I'll use the next. Okay, this right here is the 24mm. This will of course, give you how much range that is. Now, of course, depending on your settings, you'll obviously get different amount of light and stuff like that. That's settings. This is just how far the picture is and the bokeh you can achieve. So like I said, this is more of a room view. This next lens right here is my monster lens. That's what I give the nickname for. This is the 50mm STM. It's pretty much just got metal right here compared to the old plastic ones. I'm just gonna go over this one as well. This one right here is a little bit different. It's got the tulip hood, which is what I put on there. Block out light. When you get it, it's just gonna be, picture this off the camera. So it's just gonna look stock, just like the photo you see right now. It's gonna look stock like, and this is gonna be the 50mm zoom. Instead of having a 24mm zoom, you're actually having a 50mm zoom, which is much closer. So for this, I cannot use for video, although I'd like to. I'd have to be staying right here, and the camera would have to be like way back there. Strictly for pictures for me. It's mainly for shoes and up close things. Can also be used, of course, for cities, full body, stuff like that, but just no, you gotta be really far away. 1.8 aperture, that's what it is. It's 1.8. Pretty much the 1.8 is how much light allows to let in, which is what you get your bokeh for, those little blurs. So this is what I use for my actual sneaker shots, and this is what I use for full bodies and stuff like that when I'm going out in Charlotte. And lastly, like I said, this is the 50mm, so as you can tell, it's really, really close compared to where I am with the GoPro. Like I said before, I can get all the way up to those 2 pictures right there. And it's really just for, bokeh purposes and close-up shots. You don't really want to use this. Like, look, I can get that close. Like, that is pretty close. And then, of course, back up. That's how you get your bokeh. You see that? See that little blub right there? Whatever you want to call it. That's bokeh with that light. And lastly, the lens that comes with your camera. This is the stock, or also known as the kit lens. This is the 18 by 55. This is the lens you get when you get your camera. This isn't a bad lens to start with. It's very basic. You know, you could zoom and stuff like that, which is why people like it compared to like a stationary, just like straight up millimeter lens like a 24. This is an 18 to 55. Yeah, this right here, this cannot do anything like those lenses. They can't even get close to that aperture. I think this is a 5.6, so you can go a 3.5 to a 5.6, which if you're trying to get bokeh, that will not really get that good. So this right here is the 18 to 55. As you can tell, it's got that zoom and it still kind of maintains focus, so that's why some people like to use it. I might start using it for vlogging, but other than that, this is good for right now. As you can tell, you know, that zoom. Alright guys, now that was the camera portion. We're gonna really want to talk about mainly just accessories now. For example, some accessories you can get are lens covers, and these will pretty much just give a tint to your pictures. Purple tint is for magnification, so if you really wanted to get macro, like you wanted to get really close up, that's what you use. This is also magnification. So these are just lens hoods, and this is the must-have if you're taking sneaker pictures. This is a remote, so I can just point it right there, like, and I'll hit that button, and it will either take, it will focus it, it will do all that. So I recommend getting a remote. And of course, you want to have your tripod. This is just a JOBY, I think that's pronounced, a GORILLAPOD. Bends and stuff like that. I'm probably going to be using this for restoration. And then you got the tripod I'm using right now. This is what I use to film the videos themselves. And then, you know, if you're trying to get with, you know, video, stuff like that, you got that light box, that helps. And then lastly right here, this is just my camera bag. It's what I keep all my camera equipment in. There's not too much in here. You just got an intervalometer, you got an extra lens cap hood, and then you have just another extra lens cap just in case if I lose one, so I made sure I got two. So that's really it, you guys. If you're trying to take, I recommend to you. Obviously, I'm not going to give out all my tricks. You know yourself when you're, you know, out on your sneaker photography venture. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. It goes a long way. This is going to take a long time to edit because the GoPro files are so weird. They don't match up with my Sony Vegas very well, so it's going to take a while. Thank you guys for watching. Blazing your kicks. I'm out. Peace.